Hello and welcome to Mastering Microsoft Excel video series. This is video number 25. In this video, we are going to understand how do you do a conditional formatting kind of an activity on a column chart. Now, let me give you the context what we are trying to understand here, or what we are trying to take as an example. Without much ado, let's get into the Excel screen to understand the requirement so you get a better clarity. Alright, so this is Excel I'm going to use for this exercise, and you could see that I have two columns, category and the amount spent in millions. So when I'm going to create a chart for it, so I'm pressing the shortcut key Alt F1 to get the chart. So we got the chart right now, we got the column chart. But ideally what I want to achieve here is the highest value bar should be in a different color. So what I can do, I can select that bar twice and I can go to the format and I can pick up a color. And similarly, the lowest bar I want to pick up and give a different color. Now the challenge what I'm going to face here is if I change the value in any of the value in my table, then the color will not get shifted automatically. Then I have to pick up this bar again. I put a color, then this one I have to put in the normal color like the other bars, which I have to keep doing it manually. So what I'm trying to achieve here is it possible to get this requirement happening dynamically? So the highest value bar will always take the shade of the green, and the lowest value bar will always take the shade of red. So when I present the data, the visual to my audience, the moment they see the visual, the eyes goes to those two bar colors, and I'm trying to understand that this category is highest contributor and this category is the lowest contributor. So let's go ahead and see how we can achieve this one. So I want to close this one. Remember that whenever you want to do something special in data visualization, it cannot be done without the helping columns, or the helper columns. So the helper columns we're going to have here is two helper columns, one to get the highest value and one to get the lowest value. So these are the two helper columns I'm going to use. So let's go and see what formula I'm going to write here to populate this helper column. So equal to if open braces, check this value whether this is the highest in the set of values. So to find out the highest in the set of values, I'm using the max formula. So all I'm trying to compare whether this value is the highest value. If yes, then display that value to me. If no, then display an error, the NA error. The reason why I'm using error, so that the errors will not get plotted in your visual, it will not create any impact on our scale of access. But there is also other way, you can also use 0, but if you use 0, then the scale might take an impact. So I don't want to take that risk. So I close the braces when I hit enter. Unless otherwise it's the highest value, it won't give me the answer. If it's the highest value, it give me the answer. For the rest, I wanted to see what it does. It gives an error. Likewise, I want to do it for the lowest value. So equal to if this value is equal to the minimum of the values, then display that value to me, else you give me an error. Now you could see that it gives an error because that's not the least value. When I drag it down for the rest of the cells, if it's the minimum value, then we get the answer. So now we got our helping columns filled with the respective values. All we have to do right now is take these four columns into action. So I'm going to select all these four, Alt F1. Alright, so if the Alt F1 is not working out for you, select all these columns, go to the Insert tab on the top, go to the Charts category, go to the Column Chart section, pick up the first one. That's the one we are talking about. So once you got that, now you could see that you see a kind of a strange chart. So I'm going to click on this shade, which is for the highest value, which got populated because of our high helping columns. I'm going to select that. I'm going to go to my format, and we agreed that the highest value will take the shade of green. So I apply the green, and then I take the lowest value bar, and which came in as a result of the low helping column. So I'm going to make sure this is filled with the shade of red. And then now we are seeing the actual bars, the high bar and the low bar, but I want only one set of bars. So let's go ahead and do this magic, the final touch. So I want to select this green bar, right click on it, and I'm going to go to the option Format Data Series. So when I click Format Data Series, I get this pop-up coming up on the right side, in which I'm going to go for the one which says Series Overlap. So this, I'm going to use the slider and push it to the rightmost extent 100%, means we are overlapping one bar over the other one. So when I do that, this is how it's going to look right now. In case if you want to reduce the gap between these bars, you can adjust the gap width, so that will make your bars little bit widened. So we're gonna just get these guys into the proper place to accommodate, to show you guys that we did achieve our requirement. Yeah, so you could see here we got the categories, but we took all this pain to make sure that if I change the value, the color should get shifted automatically. So let me go ahead and change any one of the value here. So instead of 8.51, I want to say 18.51. I could see that the highest value took the green bar automatically. And let's change the existing value less than 5.64. So I'm going to do 3.81. You can see the least value also getting shifted. It shows here very clear. The legend, I'm going to leave it. You can add the rest of the components on the chart, like a data label. Rest of things you can do it, which we have learned it in our earlier video for the charts, which you can use that same knowledge here to get it done. But I hope you got the concept right now. Remember that without the helping columns, you cannot do anything special when it comes to visualizations. So I hope you got a good learning out of this video. We'll meet again with another interesting video in the Excel. Until then, take care of yourself. Signing off, Hariharan.